Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has vowed that the organizers of the children's funfair, which led to the untimely deaths of 35 children in a stampede on December 18, 2024 at the Islamic High School in Ibadan, will face trial. The governor made this known during the annual interfaith service to herald the year 2025 held at the car park at the governor's house secretariat. ATN reported that the organizers, which include an ex-wife of the Oni of Ife, prophetess Naomi Silikonola Ogunwusi, the owner of Agidigbo FM, Oriyomi Hamzat, and the principal of Islamic High School, Bashorun, Ibadan, Fasasi Abdullahi Babatunde, remanded at the Igodi custodial effects. Makinde further stressed that he has been receiving calls from different people questioning why the organizers should not be allowed to go free. 35 innocent souls were lost. We won't see such again in Oyo State by God's grace. The judiciary is here, after all, it's in their court. If they think they can grant bail pending the trial, I don't have anything against it, but they must go on trial. Even if the entire country decides not to follow the rule of law, Oyo State will dare to be different, he concluded. Mr. Samuel, I'm aware you've been following up with this Ibadan stampede that happened last year, that claimed the life of 35 children and put the family in disarray up till now. I'm sure all of them are still, trying to get out of this. But if we have to get this right, Oyo State was not the only state that was affected from the stampede. We had the Anambra and Abu, the FCT, the capital, federal capital was also affected. But the question is, why is Queen Naomi the only person that has been held for the stampede issue that occurred in Nigeria? Why is she the only person that has been, held accountable for this? Nobody is saying that she should not, any of them should not be invited for interrogation and investigation. But why is the concentration in Ibadan more than other states that have been affected by the stampede?
Okay, thank you, Chidima. As a matter of fact, I'm in some mood right now. Each time I hear about this matter, it puts me in a particular mood, one that is not too good. And that being the case, or be that as it may, I have to thank the governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Seyi Makinde. Of course, Seyi Makinde have always, from the inception of his administration during his first tenure in office, he has always demonstrated the zeal to give good governance to the people of Oyo State. And in this particular matter, he has not disappointed at all. I want to thank him for what he is doing. And I hear that it happened in Anambra State, of course we know, and it happened in the Federal Capital Territory, right? And you ask the question I will ask is, what are the governors there? What are they doing? The Federal Capital Territory Minister, whom I know to be a very proactive fellow, about certain things, about a lot of things, so to say. What is he doing? Why is he sleeping over this? Let me tell you, in Oyo State, we had 35 young people, 35 young Nigerians, children, whose lives were cut short. Their families have been thrown into mourning. The turmoil around the families, the fact that these families will never find replacement for these children, and the fact that this is happening in our country is sad. It's particularly sad. And I'm surprised that people are, this is 21st century, and people are still talking like this in a democracy. It's sad. Sometimes I wonder if Nigerians really want to live in a democracy. Democracy is about the rule of law. The first time we handled this matter on this platform, in this studio, I said it, that the people have to be brought to book to answer. They have to tell Nigerians what they did. You know, you are bringing so many children into a space for funfair, for whatever reason. For crying out loud, we are talking about children. You are not bringing in adults. I mean, for adults, it is bad enough not to talk about children, young children, maybe people between children. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, you're bringing them into a space and you're telling stories about it happened in Anambra, it happened in a Federal Capital Territory, nobody go to jail. Why is it Ibadan? Why won't it be Ibadan? But somebody have to break the ice on what is required, on responsibility, on how people have to own up and take responsibility for their actions. And right now, the governor is showing Nigerians that he is a responsible man. Look, let me tell you something. We like it or not, what happened in Ibadan, if it is swept under the carpet, we have not come to Anambra. When they want to deal with their issues, face their issues and deliver good governance to the people, we will talk about it, we will know. But for crying out loud, it happened in Ibadan, and the governor is standing up to it and saying, look, these people, they have to go to court, they have to explain to Nigerians the measures that they took and how it all came to this how we came to this sad pass. So I don't think there is even I'm even surprised that people can call the governor to talk about things like that. The governor has not done anything wrong.
Nobody says that the governor, Makinde, actually did something wrong by taking such action. Now the question is, why has other governors not followed suit?
Good.
Why is it concentrated in just one state?
Good.
Yes, safety measures would have followed, just like you mentioned. These are children. When we have cases of adults, it's an entirely different story. There have been cases of stampede in Port Harcourt one time when there were palliatives, they were shared and all of that. You know, so these are children, and we know how children act when they're in a public place and all of that. You know, so the safety measures would have actually been taken, which is necessary. So it's okay to call the Queen Naomi and others that were involved in this funfair, or the organizers. It's okay for the government to call them to order. But the question here is, why has other states not followed due suit? You talked about democracy, following the rule of law and all of that. Why is it that these other states do not understand the word democracy, or they just want to sweep it under the carpet because of the people that were involved? Or is it now about the personality? That's the question. Why has other governors of that in Federal Capital Territory, why has nothing been done about it?
Thank you for taking that from me. That is the point I'm making. They are not living up to their responsibilities. In a place like Anambra, the governor is sleeping on duty. I know. See, let me tell you, he might be up to a lot of good things around Anambra, as the case may be. I'm not from Anambra, I don't live there. You understand? So I cannot properly assess his performance. You know, but what I'm saying is, he should be. Look, let me tell you that it will always bring me to the point that institutions are not alive to their responsibilities. You don't even need the governor. The governor even shouldn't come into this, because the first thing that should happen is that this thing happened. 35 children died. These are people who are vulnerable children.
People died in Anambra stampede.
I'm coming. Vulnerable. We're talking about Ibadan right now. Ibadan is in the eye of the storm.
Okay.
And these are vulnerable children. And 35 of them died. The first thing that should have happened, I mean, I'm surprised that the governor is even coming into this. But thank God he is, because this shows that whatever he has been discussing with his security chiefs behind closed doors, he is ready to let the people of Ibadan know that, look, these are the things I've been discussing with my security chiefs behind closed doors. I've been telling them to be proactive. I've been saying that they must be that this government must be responsible for the lives of young people and adults, you know, all together. So that Anambra State have not come up to it, I am shocked. I'm surprised that Anambra is sleeping over a matter like this. Okay. That the Federal Capital Territory have not been able to come up to it. I'm surprised that they are sleeping over a matter like this. These things come. This is the reason why we must build capacity. Our institutions must be doing well. Now, thank God the governor has stood up. Maybe if the governor didn't stand up, maybe the police institution, the police in Ibadan would be like, maybe if we go into this, you know, the kind of powerful people that are involved, maybe if we do this. But thank God that the governor had to stand up and say, no, something should be done. The judges, this matter must go to court. The people must go on trial. It is when they go on trial, they will tell Nigerians what they did, how it all happened. And then if...
you keep talking about what they did. Do you think this was an intentional act for those children to get killed in this funfair festival?
They say, there is this cliche, like the old people always, when you don't... I don't know, but it's supposed to mean that when you do not plan to succeed or something like that, you have already planned to fail. Okay. So why I say what they did is simple. You are bringing thousands of children into a space. Okay, how do you plan to do that? You see, so because, and this is, you see, let me tell you, when we talk about good governance, it becomes a coordinated effort so that the entire gamut of operation that has to do with governance is linking the other. I'm telling you that this thing you're saying, if we begin to have the time, but for dearth of time, we will go into detail for you to understand how this will bring about economic hardship. This thing that happened.
So you were trying to refer to it on the aspect of economic hardship. But yeah. You will have to go through that angle. Yeah. You will understand that this stampede actually occurred due to economic hardship.
And this stampede occurred due to economic hardship. Mm-hmm. And this stampede would have been responsible for more economic hardship in Ibadan. And let me tell you, it is a coordinate. It has to be a coordinated effort. One is linking the other. You are in office, and this kind of thing happens, and you do nothing. And so nothing happens, and 35 children are dead, and you move on. How do you move on? How do you move on? And if the people do not hear from you as to you don't empathize with the families, and they are not. You see, let me tell you, even if the governor is decides to empathize, or is empathizing with the families, there have to be justice have to be done.
Okay, thank you so much.
Justice have to take its course.
Mr. QC.
Yes, for the families.